I'm Malcolm Van Delst, and this is a continuation of Low Self-Esteem Reading Room, aka Loser, an experimental illustrated novella about a man losing his sanity. Last week, a character named May read an essay on giving, followed by a sci-fi story where air falls as holes randomly open in reality, maiming and destroying anything or anyone that happens to be standing too close. Tuesday, 8:50 p.m., May Legboren. Life is meaningless. Nothing happens. I sit on my bed, Tadja at my feet. The hot flashes make me sweat. The cool air of my unheated room. There's the reason for the hot flash. I turned the heat on before I took a shower. Gets off bed and turns down the heat. At least the air in my room is clear. After the nuclear winter, there was a blackish tint to it. You could see through it, but not like now. It seemed the air was full of soot, like in the Industrial Revolution, only this soot did not get on your clothing or cause birds to change color. The soot was a gas, not finely grained material. I would be able to see the door from where I'm sitting, but also inky air. There were animals in it, skinny, snake-like creatures whipping around like repulsive threadworms. The animals were brightly colored. They came through the portals. Life is better now. I'm not sure why I'm so unmotivated. Red. Black is darkness, white is light, red is blood. Red is the pinprick of Cinderella, or is that Snow White? Red is the apple Snow White bites. Or is that Snow White's lips? What is that fairy tale anyway? Snow White does what? How does she end up with the dwarves? And what fairy tale has the pinprick? The red droplet against the... what? A ship. Let me look that up. Snow White has the pinprick, the red lips, and the red apple. Snow White has the linen and the snow. It causes the beautiful young queen to wish for a daughter upon pricking her finger while sewing. A daughter with skin as white as snow, hair as black as ebony, and lips as red as blood. She gets her wish, but dies as her beautiful daughter is born. Of course, her husband, Snow White's dad, clueless and absent, remarries based on appearance. Let's hope he was blinded by grief or desperate, needing someone to look after the castle, which he had zero skills in doing. Or maybe the marriage was set up. That is how nobility does these things anyway. Red, romantic love be damned. What place does the man have in his daughter's story? Men. Are men the source of or complicit in an absence from the lives of their children? Or are they just absent from the lives of their daughters? My father, a farmer, wouldn't he prefer to write, laugh, and talk with me, or one of his sons? What person wouldn't want to love, to touch? What man wouldn't want to set aside aloofness and questionable power for the soft embrace of children and all things family? Ah, red, crimson, and terrifyingly intoxicating human animal, animating liquid that man never sees unless someone is being hurt, born, or that most powerful of humans, woman, is sloughing off the unused home, pantry, and bedding that only a man can make useful, that only a man can stop from bleeding. Curses. Curse the woman and her pulsing blood, more powerful than the largest, strongest, smartest man. Curse the song of the woman's blood, fragrant, siren, impossible to resist. You cannot stop that blood. You can put it in a tiny container that is part you, like plant seeds growing from dank musk. You mimic the process with flesh and semen. Hey, is semen the seed or is the ovary? How do I get back to Snow White? How do I leave my father? Come with me, Dad. Come with me. That life you led, you were too soft, too broken. But look what you made, Dad. Look what you gave me. I hope you're happy, even though I'm a million miles from what you thought I'd be. This is my blood, Dad. This is my blood. Black, white, and red all over. May closes her book and looks up. Applause. May leaves the stage. Kyle comes back. Intermission. We're going to take a 20-minute intermission, says Kyle. Our authors of chapbooks and zines for sale. Please visit Misty, who is also Kyle, who is also Malcolm, at the back table. After intermission, we'll vote on who will hear one more time before we close for the night. Thank you. After intermission. Okay, who do you want to hear? Kara? Who wants to hear Kara again from Piss Alien and other friends? A third of the audience claps. How about May and her alien Alice Nin? Who wants to hear her? Again, about a third of the audience claps. Thanks, says Kyle, who is also Kara and May and Malcolm, who's having a hard time suppressing a smile. Lastly, who votes for me to hear more of my anti-book and the Naomi story? The clapping is noticeably louder than for the previous two. Thanks, says Kyle. I'm a winner. Stupid, lying, love. Scene 2. Love. Fucking stupid, lying, bullshit, necessary, hurting, fucking love. I hate love. Hate it. What did love ever do for me? I loved my dad. Pause. I fucking hate love. I'd rather have power. Who wants to need anyone? Who wants that shit? Take Arnold here. Ugh. Naomi looks up at the camera with a pleading look in her eyes. She's decrepit and old. We see Arnold's foot off to the left at the top of the screen just before he moves in to help her. Her face moves up and closer to us before knocking the camera. We see her chest and Arnold's hands and arms around her, lifting her up. The camera backs up and we see Arnold's face close to hers. Oh, Arnold, she sobs. Arnold comforts her and helps her back into bed. It's okay, Naomi. Get some sleep. You'll feel better in the morning. Don't leave me, Arnold. Please don't leave me. Oh, Naomi. Naomi. Arnold tucks Naomi into bed and curls up beside her, fully dressed outside the covers. I won't leave you, Naomi. I won't leave. Light goes down as Naomi and Arnold cling tightly to each other. End scene 2. Naomi's diary. Add date here, too. You were born, at the very least, with good parents. They saw in you their future. They didn't look at you and see nothing but their own pasts. They weren't blinded by every mistake they'd ever made. They didn't pity you for being their child. They didn't feel they had dealt you a sentence worse than death. Oh, I know. You feign superiority to keep your stuff. You don't want to worry about friends, food, and rent. And it's easier to tell happy stories, skim along the surface of life, buy another dress. It's easier to lose yourself in the fad of the day. Yet here I am, howling with a rage I cannot control, screaming for attention, not love. Never love. That's it, isn't it? Thinking ahead, daring to not give a fuck about everything people who only half care tell you, daring to pop big fucking holes in platitudes. No shit. Here comes the worst part. I'm going to talk about my mother. Of all the topics, who cares about mothers? Maybe I'll give her a makeover, make her a witch. Get stepmother? It's too awful to contemplate someone's mother not wanting them, even if it's a case of simply not knowing how to want a child, or being so burnt out on childcare because it's the only fucking thing you've ever done your entire fucking life. Maybe I'll make her cool instead. A cool, successful mother instead of a monster. I'll put her in a sports car and make her a hit woman or a spy. My mother, international woman of mystery, played by Angelina Jolie at the end of her career, in a TV movie of the week. And Naomi's diary, add date here.